Okay, I'm live. You don't know how many times I just try to go live. I have no idea why it died, but I've been taking pictures of the screen. Like this one, like it literally had to like reboot my whole computer. And it told me I can go back live, but then it didn't let me. So let me get to the other live and make sure that's not going. Trump's warning to the world on brink of World War III. Yeah, it's coming. We've been trying to avoid it, but unfortunately, you gotta put up with down. Okay, so it doesn't even show my new live. It's saying I'm live over here. Okay, so I have 2 lives fucking going. I started a new live. Oh, look at Jen. She just wrote she started a new live. Not you on top of it. Yeah, the other one is, I don't even know how the other one is still going right now. What the fuck? I don't know what's up with YouTube lately in my computer, and I mean it's pretty much full. There was no reason for it to die. And then like I said yesterday, it was like I was sitting here for so long, a good half hour trying to get back on, and then I was like, no, fuck it. Just fuck it. And that's how that went. Oh yeah. So I was trying to vibe this. And what I was getting pulled to, wasn't there like a video, a guy had a squirrel and everybody followed him like on YouTube or TikTok or something, and they came in and took the squirrel and killed it? Wasn't it something like that? So I don't know if they're attempting to make laws with animals here. No, not laws, but trying to take away. I mean, it's almost like how like China tries to control the population. I feel like the government might be trying to control how many animals we can have, or it's sickening because the vet is like a doctor. It's pharmaceuticals. So it's like what you're feeding your dog. Like my brother's dog wasn't doing so good, and he needed to come up with the money to cremate. And it's like kind of like crossing over. It was your happiness, but you're sad. But if that's the case, like you made the right judgment call. Like when an animal doesn't die on its own, and you know it's time, that's a very hard call. So you guys might be seeing a lot of that on Facebook or social media, people losing animals. But again, like the vets are also linked to pharma, guys. A lot of people don't realize that. And it's like dog food, all that. Like Lonnie makes dog food every week and it's cheaper. One week will be eggs and chicken with a little rice. The next one will be, you know, maybe a little steak or pork or venison, you know, like whatever she adds for meat. And it's cheaper than a bag of dog food. You know, and people say, oh, they can't have human food. Our food that's healthy, we know we're eating, is better for your dog than a bag of food. I can't wait until peanut butter starts eating off my plate. He doesn't eat his oats anymore. So, off the computer. Different taste buds. So, or like, I saw like another tortoise, like I need to rehome. You know, and a lot of people, did you say cutie, cutie, cutie? A lot of people like don't want that responsibility. So again, like me, I'm like a fucking animal rehab sanctuary over here. But I'm okay with that. Like, I want to still feed the birds, and my dad and my mom, like, you don't feed them in the winter. I'm like, why? You feed them all, because they'll come. You don't feed them in the winter. They'll be dependable. You feed them in the fucking summer. They depend on you in the summer. You feed them in the summer, and you think you don't got to feed them in the winter? You know, so I've been throwing, like, for instance, I got, instead of bird seed, I got a box of Cheerios at the store, and some of the squares of the soup. And you know, but she feeds the squirrels all winter. Why the fuck wouldn't you feed the birds? You know what I mean? So it's shit like that. So I want to put up shelter. There's a few blue jays. There's some friends. You know, that other little single bird that's absolutely adorable. My white and black woodpecker stayed. The woodpeckers don't usually stay. But when I was out there talking to a tree, I was like, can you just give me a sign? And I looked up, and there was that black and white woodpecker that I've never seen and has not left my house since. So there is a strong connection to animals this weekend. It probably has to do, you know, home life animals probably has to do with, it definitely has to do with something, because I'm getting pulled to animals. But this feels more like house pets. And again, my dream was like, I can't bring home a third cat. So I really hope that I don't run into that situation where I have to rescue a cat. Because at that point, I just, you know, I see something and it's like, I can't help myself. But that can't be anytime, especially with, you know, things that are coming up with my health. So these are house pets. But I do feel like the government is trying to control something right now in regards to happiness. So maybe a cat's not happy, but this is like somebody that's not really loving. They're not really loving their cat or their dog or whatever you have, or a tortoise, you know, like whatever. It's not even saying they need extra attention. Like, they're trying to tell you something. So if you can vibe with them and connect with them, like I said, like with Peanut Butter, I try to talk to him a couple times a day. I talk to him all day, but like a conversation for a minute, you know, because that's important. And sometimes, and I know I've mentioned this before, it's like having a kid. You wouldn't ignore your like little kid, right? His food is all over the table. Peanut Butter. You're my favorite little birdie. Yeah, and I love Kai too, but you are amazing. Huh. You are so Cody. I just love you so much. And I rearranged the room, huh? Yeah. You got your cage right there, got Eldorado. Yeah, I got all this stuff. I know. It's so exciting, right? What do you think? What are you thinking? What are you thinking in that head, huh? Yeah. Have a kiss? So it's simple stuff like that, you know? Like, me is like me. Like, they say you shouldn't greet dogs when you get home, like you're all happy. And I'm like, who the fuck came up with that shit? You know, that's like not greeting your child. That's like walking past your child. Like, I just don't get it, you know? Oh, my dog's not affectionate, or my cat, or this. And it's just like, well, it's how you raise them. It's, you know what I mean? Like, are they getting attention? Are they, you know? Because it's almost saying like, you have emotional support, like an emotional support dog, or maybe some of you guys should look into like an emotional support dog or bird or animal. Like it's something. And animals are very fucking healing, guys. Very healing. They heal me in a past life. Like I know in quite a few of them, I always worked at like sanctuaries, took care of elephants. Like I'm a huge advocate on animals, and I know it stems from a past life as well, but I know I used to heal them. There's just a connection. And in this lifetime, they heal me. That's how. Jeez. Somebody, I don't know what's going on there, but they heal me. You know? Like, Max wasn't affectionate until the first time I had a hysterectomy. And then he guarded me for weeks before, too, and he knew. He got very territorial. So, you might, come across something, or you're watching videos on animals. Oh, and I just showed you a video on animals. I think whatever this is, though, like, animals are going to heal you this weekend. Like, spend time with them. Like Kessie sometimes, like she's in my face. It's like, and we cuddle, and then sometimes it's like I flip because I want to get comfortable. But then, she's 20 years old. And then I say to myself, like, holy shit, like, give her a couple minutes. You know what I mean? So I think we all have these animals, and we're wonderful pet owners. I'm not judging us like that, but I think there needs to be a little bit of an awakening here with these cards, in the sense of their energy is very healing for the next 4 days. Talk to them, work with them. You got a crazy cat. That's because it's not, disciplined. It hasn't been loved. And a lot of people want to just say, like I used to say about Max, he is very independent, but he didn't get that love as like a kitten or whatnot, So that matters, especially when you rescue a cat too. Lonnie rescued a cat. I don't usually rescue cats. Oh yeah, actually I rescued both of them. Wow, see, things I don't even realize sometimes. So, hi. Yes, I can. Yes, I was done talking to you though. I was just talking out loud now. Okay. But yes, I'm telling everybody it's very important to talk to them, huh? Yeah. Because it's not that, yeah, the cat's independent, but no cat wants to be left alone, guys. A lot of people like, oh, they just, leave them alone. But that, that's how they were raised. They didn't have enough affection. And if all of a sudden they have that affection and then it's gone because you're just, in your own thoughts, I mean, you should be talking to your animal. You should be comforting your animal. You should be getting your animal to like want to come over. And if it's laying down, like go lay down and sit near the animal and talk to the animal. Like there's something here, like, I personally get distracted too. Do I sit, when Max comes and see me, it's like, hi Max, and I give him a pet, but like, do I sit and have a conversation with him? No. I used to have a conversation with my dogs all the time, but they all deserve a conversation. And in all reality, like Peanut Butter sees all these other birds outside, that type of stuff, And it's like he's stuck in here with me, but he's not stuck, but it's just that. And I got the bird cage here, and my sister's like, oh my god, this bird, and I got his play gym over there, and it's like, well, he's important to me. He needs those things. It's like having kids. You give kids toys, right, to play with. Well, Peanut Butter needs the same thing. So I think this is just for those who are like, that's a message for like people who have animals and don't really kind of like, I know. He's really paying attention right there. Off my head. Give your animals a little more love. And, for me personally, I got to talk to them all a little bit more. Like, I can't even remember the last time I had a conversation with Shelvin or Moses. It's been a good week or so. Like, they want to be next to you too, my Tauruses. They like to be held. They like affection. I didn't get them to just watch them walk around and it's cool. No. So, because it's like, oh, get, someone might be like, oh, we should get this for the cat. And it's like, oh, the cat already has enough toys. It's like my dad. I bring home one for the dogs all the time. My whole life. I said no. And doesn't need any more fucking toys. So now I just make sure I give him the toy when he's not around. He won't even notice. Scratch that. He probably would. It's like peanut butter. He loves the taggy blankets. He's like, I know you're talking about me, Mom. What's up with that? He's so on point right now with this conversation. So this seems to be about pet animals, house animals. So again, you might have a cat show up at your door or a dog or, take it in, make it work. When we saw without that first dog, when they had just moved in down the street, was lost. First thing I would do is, put it in the garage, check for tags. It had tags. I called. Can't come inside with everybody else, but it can go in the garage. You got to have a place in your house where you can just put them somewhere until you can locate or call the police station to come pick them up. You'll be surprised. Police stations will pick them up. Will pick up animals and bring them back to the station before they call the animal place. At least around here, my towns do that around here in New Hampshire. So and the police station loves it because they're like, oh, we have a pet for a couple days, and then you always get the notification like, found the owner, which is so great before it goes to a shelter, because it goes to a shelter, like, it's very traumatic. It's a whole different scenario. So if you find something injured, please help it. And I am just praying that does not happen to me this weekend, as much as I would love that type of stuff. I just, not with everything that's happening for the next 4 weeks. So I'm really hoping that this doesn't happen to me. But for those where it happens and you're not in my circumstance, please, please help. And it's like I said, for some of you, you're the guardian, and your animals can be going absolutely stir crazy. I know Max goes stir crazy sometimes because I used to let him outside in the summer. He doesn't like that in the winter, obviously. But that's a drastic change for him. And he's still playful. And Cassie is still playful too. And she's 20. So don't underestimate your animals. And I would listen to them too. Like, if you like birds, or you can still hear the birds outside, Yeah. I was just thinking about how it's like a little ship that got built. I was thinking about like my own backyard, putting up like a big wall on the sides, and then I can put bird seed in there so the wind doesn't drag it everywhere. Like me, I'm big on birds. I'm very connected to birds. My spirit animals. One is a dove, and the one that kind of sits with me is like a wolf. That kind of comes and goes, And we do have multiple spirit animals. We don't just have one. And they're all for a purpose, you know. So, again, you could be dreaming about animals. Make sure you look up the message. Seems to be important. Like, you can take the negative side of it, or you can look at it on the bright side, because the opportunity is here this weekend. Like I'm saying, whatever this, and apparently this weekend, whatever this is for this week is also going into the weekend, but I'm getting pulled to the 25th as well. So this full moon in Cancer is really about animals. Remember I did a read on the animal kingdom too? That energy keeps coming back to me too. How are animals connected to fourth house Cancer? You have an animal for every house, but the fourth house Cancer, nurturing, sensitive, protective, cultivating serene, sweet spaces, sanctuaries that you hold nearest and dearest. But it's the moon, it's dominant, it's the fourth house. You believe that an animal is meant to be caressed. Therefore, you fall for furry pets. Oh, yeah, that's me for sure. There's the Cancer in me. And I do think once I settle, I do want to do like a sanctuary for like raccoons and squirrels, habitat in my backyard, birds too. One thing at a time though, you know? So this the crab, the spirit animal, Cancer could be a turtle. Jupiter is cows and elephants, rabbits. Venus is crows, buffaloes. Saturn is cats, deer for the moon, dogs and horses for Mars, monkey and parrots for Mercury, lions and something else. Jupiter's sacred animal is the eagle. So, yeah. So again, fourth house actually rules animals. Like in the sense of caring for them. Feeling attracted to them. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I usually go for rescued animals. Sometimes they come to me. Like I tried rescuing a baby squirrel this year. Didn't survive. We found it when it was too late. I know, I gotta get those little ones out there. Out of there. So I think I'm gonna end up doing another reading on this a different way. I didn't really need to clarify these, but I really do feel like, you know, it's like people, you got some that take care of animals, you got others that shoo them away. They don't realize that, you know, it's your 9 of Cups. They can boost your energy. They're healers, especially cats. But it's like there's a new start, there's a new beginning. Man, it's a good weekend. So this is kind of going into the weekend energy, but it really is to the 18th. Really actually heard just like the 17th, which was originally what I had. But when you wake after the 17th, after midnight on the 18th, this energy subsides. So pay attention to the animals in the house. Some of you might have to put, you know, your dog asleep. That could be a crossover. This can be, I mean, to have temperance and judgment, that's a lot of animals being taken. Maybe the ones that are like sick. There's got to be a reason for it. You know how like there's a high death toll in certain months with humans? So you might notice your animals, more sick than they typically are, more sleepy or more active. But I think for me, it's like more active and really, zoning in. Yeah, you can't sit on the mic. I'm going to have to get you your own little parrot thing over here. I'll get you one, buddy. I'll get you one. So, and again, I just feel like this is somebody who just ignores animals, or they just tell themselves like, I don't know, like they're not even one that walks through the door and is like, hey, I'm home. You know what I mean? Or the cat's sitting there waiting and you just kind of like, hey, but you're not really talking to them. We have a group of individuals here too, and I don't know if there's going to be, for them, I mean, their animals might actually turn on them because they're meant to experience something because of their own lack of respect for animals. And for me, it's like holding animals in high regards this weekend. This weekend, next 4 days. And yesterday I just thought about, I just wrote that and just thanked him for, giving him the love, and in the future to continue to love other animals. It was the one thing put on earth for us to resonate with, to work with. Animals are a gift. They were gifted to us. So I do think there's going to be like some type of judgment call, like for those who are not really paying attention to their animals and like don't give a shit. And if you can't find that balance or in, like I think the animal's going to turn on you, like to the point where it might actually scare you. I don't think that's happening to any of us spirituals because we're, you got to shit again. But definitely something. There's definitely like a, because it's King of Swords, and the King of Swords is not really in tune with the heart. I mean, they are, but like this doesn't represent that. The King of Cups would represent this. This is more somebody structural, disciplined, conservative, politician, something like that with the Nine of Cups. But this is like, oh, I lost my Nine of Cups. But it's like, give some type of attention to an animal if you have one. Find the balance for this new stat. Like there's an animal in somebody's life, and it's almost like you don't appreciate it. So why have it? I mean, I don't like that message. That's the message I don't like. But it's, you might be the guardian. And in all reality, these animals are beautiful this weekend. Like it's almost like the energy that they're giving you is it's very dominant. Did I say this weekend again? And again, like you're the guardian. It's that divine power. It's that higher consciousness. Don't worry about distractions. Listen to these animals, sound check the right type of music, talk to the right type of music, talk to the right type of people. Something can also be resolved here. So it's like you got the shadow and you got the light, and again, it's like free will. It's your choice. It's lucky energy. It's a 2. It's moving forward. You got luck on your side. So something can definitely be resolved. But animals to me is the biggest stands out the most. 4 of Swords with the King of Swords, like just sitting there thinking, moping. 2 of Cups. Somebody could be going through a breakup right now, but it's like, hey, you have a cat, you have a dog, listen to the birds. I mean, King of Swords, 9 of Cups, Four of Swords. You know, somebody might get like laid out. Like I don't know I don't know what's going on here, but it's like somebody staying so focused on other things so they don't have to, you know, open up and be vulnerable. It's a Cancer full moon. It's like you have no choice. This person could be crying by themselves at home, you know, and I cry sometimes and my animals tend to come to me. You know, this is a strong presence of animals for the next 4 days and something over the weekend. So I know it's going to carry through. And I think when I started this video, I said something. There's the pull to kangaroos. So again, I'm getting pulled to Australia, where they lost like so much wildlife. And the fires right now, you know, are killing wildlife too. Insects, things underneath the dirt, like birds lose their home. They gotta relocate. You know, people might have like not a lot of birds in the house for like those who are not in trouble, you know, and they're gonna relocate. And people might be like, shoo, get out of my yard. You know what I mean? Like, there's like cruel energy here, you know, and it's like, oh, I'm just going to sit here and do nothing. Oh, I'm going to sit here and stay disciplined. I'm not going to get into my feelings. But it's like, you're kidding yourself, you know, with the 9 of Cups and the 4 of Swords. Like, you're sitting there doing nothing about your own happiness. When there is a opportunity this weekend. So it might be an animal. Peanut butter could be, you know, the presence of him could be projecting good vibes. He's our little mascot. Huh. I'm going to make you a channel today. I am. So, love your animals this weekend. Because this energy is goddamn awful. Really is. It's so yucky when it could be so much better. Could be an addiction. I don't really want to get into it, but there's extremely healing energy and a chance to move forward in life and go after what it is you want. It's like, you know, when you're around the right people, like the vibe is vamped. Ramped up, but I'm hearing vamped. So energy vampire. You know, like somebody's just in low frequency energy right now. And I think Spirit's trying to fix that through a house pet, which I think is absolutely beautiful. So I'll be back with another reading. I'm hearing forecast. Maybe we gotta get back onto the weather with this fire. Hope I labeled that video. I'm here in California. But I heard sunshiny days and then California. So the sunshiny days. You're doing a lot of pooping this morning. No potty on Mama's desk. Yeah, I feel like there's so much more to talk about, but I feel like this message has to be left by itself. because I do think in some cases peanut butter would be transmitting certain energies to certain people right now too without realizing it. I mean, he changed my world, and raising a wild bird, it's just amazing. It's breathtaking, guys. It's like an experience in my life that I'll never have again. I'll never get again unless I like rescue birds. You know what I mean? But really, it's not like a normal bird. Like, I know he's domesticated because he's mine now, but yeah, I'm talking about you, I know. But I mean, yeah, again, like he really is a blessing. And when I first came across him, my body's weak, it's getting weaker, certain stuff, fibro, I know I'm not supposed to talk about stuff, but I gotta situate that because I can't have, my life, this part of my life taken from me. There's gotta be something I can do, because I just, that's like taking my therapist away, It's not right. You guys are my therapy. So I gotta find a way to situate that. I mean, I went to court and got something in my favor. Kind of like the same thing. You know what I mean? They don't want me to talk about how I'm probably gonna get penalized for this, but like, honestly, like, this is my therapy. It's not right. So I should be able to talk about what I want to talk about. And in the sense of what happened, I can leave that out of my conversation. But they want to link it all to my health, And I get it, and it's shitty, but you know what? I have, proof from other stuff, like I said, with court. Like, you can't take away the one thing I enjoy that's keeping me sane. If I get penalized for that, then, like, so be it. But I'm just not really giving a shit anymore, to be quite honest with you. Freedom of speech, like, you're not, my lawyer's like, same thing, like, no, you can't. And it's like, and he kept reminding me through text message, and I'm like, you're gonna piss me off. Like, there's gotta be something I can sign not talking about that. I've been talking about my health, my personal stuff for the last 7 years. They are not gonna stop me. You want to take away somebody's, therapy and work? They can't. It's a public platform. They can go fuck themselves. You're not taking away my therapy, my time of day. No, fuck that. I'm going to situate that shit today. It's making me angry. So, and if I can't, too bad, so sad. My lawyer won't be happy either. Too bad, so sad. Let's go to the Supreme Court if we have to. You're not taking away what I've been doing for a living for 7 fucking years. That would just spiral my energy in a huge downward. Like, it's not a thing. So I'm sure I'm going to get a phone call from the lawyer again shortly about this fucking conversation. But I don't talk about how I got here. So that's not going to be a thing. I'll go over my lawyer and contact the company itself. I could call out a company and call out names. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to get ugly, but they're not taking this from me. They're just not. No, my lawyer's fine. Every lawyer is going to say that. But he did say something like with a public platform, like with work or something. You know, she makes this, she makes that. I mean, they can have my fucking taxes. I don't even give a fuck anymore. They're not taking this away from me. It's just not going to happen. My lawyer's going to have to fix it, and if they can't, then I'll get penalized for it. But go ahead and try to take off a whole bunch of money for that. Money hungry fucking government. And I know they're just fighting for their company because that's what they get paid to do, but you're not taking away my channel and how I heal and what we discuss. I've already brought this to court, situated that twice. I will fight this in court if I have to. We can take it to the Supreme Court, and we'll see how that pans out for that company. Because I don't give a fuck anymore. It's disgusting. So some of you guys, like I said, might get in this energy, and the only way out is you can find a solution. It's going to be an emotional challenge, but I'd do it. Luck is on your side. You're being watched over. Like, you got it. You can't get into like negative distractions. You know, it's you really got to align here. And for me, it makes me feel better saying what I just said because I'm being told I have to hold back. Like I'm just not doing that anymore. I'm fucking not. I'm not mentioning the whole situation besides this channel and a year ago, besides this video. You know, I could be nasty in doing that. I could see why I'd get penalized for that. But you're not going to take away something that I've been talking about for 7 fucking years. This would put me in full-fledged depression if it went away. And I couldn't talk to you guys like that. I mean, how would you guys feel? Like, it would be like, oh my God, like, you know, no coffee with court. No, you know, it's just fuck that shit. If you think about it, like, we are all aligned in our tribes. What, you know, is no, we find strength through each other and, you know, emotional situations and how we work through them. And I do use my past and future and current energy to bust things down for you because that's my gift to you guys. I tell you when I fuck up, when I don't, been there, done that. I'm a fucking human just like you guys when it comes to shit like that. And half the shit I do, I never thought I'd do in my life, but it always ends up benefiting you guys. And I'm real fucking talk, you know, and that's fucking refreshing if you ask me. Yeah, it's about humanity too, but like, even like I said, like we should take vacations and, you know, book it a year out and stuff like that. Like with family, like we'd have a blast together, you know, big group of us. So they're not going to take that from us. That's for damn sure. So I should probably call my lawyer after this reading. I'm probably going to get in an argument with him, but I don't care. I'm putting my foot down here. And I'll write a statement. And I'll send in the fucking paperwork. You can't tell me to not talk about something that I've been talking about for 7 fucking years. And my life has been impacted in the last year because of a certain situation. You can't tell me I can't talk about that. I experienced all this for a reason. And again, back to Dollar's method. There's stuff coming in between with the stocks, all that, absolutely. But they're not. Might have to take this to Supreme Court, and I don't fucking care. That's it. Nobody's taking it from me. Surgery on the 22nd, guys. I can tell you I'm a little nervous. You know? Private investigators. Like, come on. Yeah, I know it's their job, but you know what? Maybe by watching my YouTube, you have a little fucking hat and leave it be. This is what I do. My life, my health matters. Me talking about it to other people, getting people through things fucking matters. I love you guys. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Happy full moon. So, you know, the energy might be a little all over the place, but, you know, this is my heart. This is my soul. This is part of my passion. This is, you know, like, you know, so maybe a lot of people will realize that this weekend and go after, you know, what it is maybe they haven't been going after. Or just sitting with an animal, you know, listening, paying attention to noise. It's beautiful energy. Please be that person when it comes to animals next 4 days. You know, with all this energy, it really is beautiful. Your head or your brain might feel like it's a little chaotic, but it's almost like a new start to like healing, you know, something, you know, even can go in your favor here with a lawyer, you know, or anything with court. I'm definitely getting court things, judicial energies here. I don't see Trillion. I just see like with that Libra energy too coming in, like it's nothing's gonna stop us now. Didn't I sing that earlier? Something like that. Maybe two of you, I don't know, but like, do not sit in this energy. That is not going to benefit energy. I would have been in that energy probably. You know, if I didn't just do this video and say, fuck them. Honestly. So I feel like you have control over these emotions. You, instead of hiding them or drinking them away or addictions or just brushing things under the rug, like, I think this is the perfect energy to confront each feeling and properly manage it instead of letting something spiral. I love you guys. I'll see you shortly. Bye. Love you.